It's everything you'd expect from
Sorry,
an SUV.
CastBox.
And nothing you'd expect from an SUV. Dodge Durango. This is the house of Dodge.
During Dodge Performance Days, get $2,500 combined cash allowance plus $750 bonus cash on select 2020 Durango models.
The ex-girlfriend of boxer Floyd Mayweather Jr. is found dead in a Valencia home. Josie Harris was also the mother of 3 of the former boxing champ's children.
Eyewitness News reporter Miriam Hernandez is live in Valencia with more on her death and the investigation that's now underway. Miriam?
Right. Well, right now it is a mystery death. Josie Harris, known for her highly publicized battle with boxer Floyd Mayweather, was found right over here inside this gated community where she lived. She was apparently alone when she died. We learned that she had been working on a book. We just spoke to her friend and co-author.
I'm brokenhearted, actually, because I'll miss her. I miss her bright light that she always brought into the room.
Jan Robbins, a writer and widow of famed novelist Harold Robbins, had been working closely with Harris to co-author her story. Harris and the boxing champ Floyd Mayweather had 3 children together. Also, a history of domestic abuse. Mayweather served 2 months in jail for battering her in 2010. Because of the children, Robbins says, Harris had a back-and-forth relationship with Mayweather.
She was brokenhearted because that family, had not stayed together. And she loved Floyd. And she loved the kids.
Harris, 40 years old, was found in the driveway near her car at 10 p.m. Tuesday night. Sheriff Alex Villanueva says detectives are looking for witnesses. There were no obvious signs of violence.
Well, our homicide investigators are handling the case, and they're working together with the coroners to determine the cause of the death, and that's going to be ongoing. It'll take a while to figure that out.
And there you have it. Like I said, not much information there.
Yeah, that's so weird. But they did say homicide investigators will be working with the coroner, so.
Well, yeah, until something is determined.
Yeah.
They have to,
investigate it like a homicide.
Right.
So
but that means they must have a reason to suspect that. I mean, because even though she's young, sometimes young people do die of natural causes. Sure. They don't necessarily immediately go to homicide.
I want to see what she was going to write in that book.
Well, I think they basically do. Like, you have to, I think, okay, somebody's dead. Police show up. Mm-hmm. If they can't determine that it's natural causes, then a homicide has to be ruled out. Until then, it's considered a homicide.
Okay.
So I believe that's how it works. Missouri sues televangelist Jim Bakker for selling fake coronavirus cure.
Wow.
Good.
And I'm happy about this. Yeah, I do not like Jim Bakker, and I do not like people like Jim Bakker. And he's been doing shady stuff even way back in the PTL days. Mm-hmm. And he went to jail for it, got out, and he's still been doing shady stuff. I know I've been on this website where he's like, he kind of, we talk about fear mongering and stuff, whatever. He kind of feeds into that with his audience. And he has all this prepper stuff that he sells. And it's basically kits that he buys from other places, I believe, and then just jacks up the price. And he jacks it up a lot. Compressors and different things that you can find someplace else online for half the price. And I mean, I understand that that's how retail works. Mm-hmm. You buy something and you sell it for more than what you bought it for. But I feel like if you are a church and a supposed man of God, then there should be a limit on how much that you are jacking the price up, and he's definitely, in my opinion, gone into the price gouging, percentages. And now he's selling, snake oils and stuff, saying that it's coronavirus cure.
He's always been a shuckster.
Yep, definitely.
Wow.
And it's so funny in relationship to his son, Jim Bakker Jr., mm-hmm. who is, I feel, a legit minister. He has a street ministry. He is out there trying to really help people. He's not trying to be famous. He's not trying to be on TV. Mm-hmm. That's not his number one thing, is to be on TV and be famous and make money. That's ministry. That's ministering to people. That's meeting people's needs. Yeah. People that do this, they're scum.
How do you know what his relationship is like with his dad?
Strange.
It's strange. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't understand how these nonprofit churches and these nonprofit businesses could sell these things for so much profit. I don't understand.
Talk to Scientologists, like all of them.
I know.
Yeah.
Jim Bakker is 1K away from just telling it all.
I just hate when people who are supposed, like, they have chosen a life that's supposed to be dedicated in servitude to helping people, especially, you know, a religion, but not just religion, you know, law enforcement, medical professionals, those people who their job gives them a built-in trust with the public because they're there to help the public, and they use that to manipulate them and to take advantage of them and to mistreat them and misuse them and swindle them. I hate that, and I just think those are like some of the worst.
I agree. Well, I think isn't that also why we hate like child molesters and things like that, because it's the same concept, just a little bit. We put an extra thing on it because they're doing it to children.
But even with child molesters, and I might take a lot of heat for this, but I give them a little bit of a break, and the reason why is because the vast majority of them were victims first. You know what I mean? Like somebody did that to them when they were a child, and it's right. And so then they, you know,
it's not like Jim Bakker's out here like, oh, these televangelists took advantage of me.
Right. No, this is a conscious effort on his part to do this. You know what I mean? He wasn't abused and then, you know, passing on the abuse to somebody else. No, he decided this is like,
had me sending my last dollar. I'm gonna have you sending yours.
Yeah.
But it's holy water. I'll show you.
Exactly. So
you think you're doing something with holy water? Watch this Corona cure.
There you go. So there's that, and they said Missouri is the first state, but they said the others might follow suit. You know, and go after Jim Bakker and other people like him. So you guys out there, beware. You know, I since we did mention the coronavirus, I don't want to keep harping on it, but this has to be a joke. But I was on eBay looking for paper towels and toilet paper because that's the situation. That's the situation, right? And I actually saw, forget about rolls. I did see rolls on sale, which I believe, but I actually saw people selling squares.
What?
Literal squares of toilet paper on eBay for sale.
I guess if you could get away with it.
I saw a picture of like pouches of toilet paper that somebody memed, and I was wondering where they got that from.
Well, people are making jokes because they're comparing it to drugs. You know, there's a lot of memes going around of people like. So I saw a TikTok.
Had to get the pictures from somewhere.
I saw
so maybe it could have been from eBay, like a real posting, like a real.
Yeah, maybe. I saw a guy on TikTok with the pizza man. He paid the pizza man. His pizza was $30. He paid him with 3 rolls of toilet paper. He counted out 10, 20, 30.
Well, there was that machine in England where they had the hand grab machine that had the toilet paper.
Right. Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
The hand grab machine.
You know, like
that toy, that game.
Like you grab a toy with the hand grab.
Yeah, you put the mechanical hand, the mechanical claw grabs the prize, and it was filled with nothing but rolls of toilet paper.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
That's real.
I can't.
That's real. And I think there's another one that somebody did was full of like Purell.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that pizza man's tip was Purell.
Oh my, Lord, in these times.
I thought it was hilarious.
Toilet paper is valuable.
Hilarious. Toilet paper is always valuable. That's why I always kept a closet full. I've said this many times on this show. I have to use toilet paper every time. There's not a time where I can shake it off and keep it going. I can't do that. I have to physically. So I've always had toilet paper and paper towels. Always. Because if you run out of TP, you go to the TP.
You asked out?
No, you go to the other TP. What is it? The PT. So.
Oh, man. So, yeah.
You got to take a shower.
Yeah, no. That's a lot for just some drips.
Get a bidet. I bet bidets ain't back ordered.
Oh.
Right?
He said everybody was buying hand sanitizer and not hand soap. I said, what is wrong with people?
Ain't that the truth? That is the craziest thing. And washing your hands is so much more healthy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
He said, we are out of sanitizer, but we have cases and cases of hand soap in the back. I said, the devil is a liar.
Yeah.
Hail Satan.
Yeah, boy. Speaking of hell, Satan, we haven't talked about TV in a while. So since y'all gonna be locked up at home for 2 weeks, I thought I'd give you guys some, some TV tips.
Yeah.
Did you guys get through Sabrina to the end of?
I haven't finished it.
I did.
I finished it. It was good. I couldn't help but finish it.
I didn't like this season as much as I liked last season.
I didn't like this season as much, but it carried me.
Yeah, so far I agree. I don't like it as much, but I feel like
great moments.
I'm also feeling like, okay, this is the third season.
Yes.
Yeah.
Knowing Netflix, they're probably going to cancel it. And I felt like watching this last season, I felt like, you know what, they're moving kind of fast. I think I'm like she's taking over hell. Mm-hmm. Like, where is she going to go from here? And I was like, oh yeah, this is Netflix. This is probably the end. This is the third season. It's probably the end. And with that in mind, they just announced, Netflix, that Lost in Space will be canceled after its third season.
Wow.
Motherfucking Netflix.
The rule of fucking 3 in Netflix. I forgot about that.
And the thing about Netflix, the thing about Lost in Space, they have just scratched the surface of that show.
Mm-hmm. There's so much more we don't know.
It can go so much further. There's so much there, like that where they could go with this, and they're just gonna leave it because of their fucked up business model.
Yeah.
So that sucks. But yeah, the third and last season of Lost in Space is.
Meanwhile, they rolling out these bullshit stand-up specials left and right.
But they like that kind of stuff. It's one and done. They pay for it one time, and then it just sits on there and just gets replays or whatever. That's the kind of stuff that they like. They don't actually, even though they got into producing, regular content shows, whatever. It's not what they want to do because it's not as lucrative.
Yeah.
The stand-up special, 1-2 days of filming max.
Yeah.
Right.
At the most.
There you go.
Without costume changes, without any of that, yeah.
And a lot of these, and as quiet as it's kept, a lot of these comics are producing their own stuff and then just selling it to Netflix.
Right.
So they don't even have to pay for that.
And then just like we said with some of our other comedian friends of the show, you can even buy a ticket, go see the stand-up special that's going to be aired on a streaming platform. So they're making, I don't want to say hand over fist money, but they're making their money on these stand-up specials for sure.
Yeah. So shows that are back or good or things that are interesting to watch on TV. Ozark is back. Speaking of Netflix, that's beyond third season, so I'm surprised it's still around. It can get the axe at any moment. I feel like anything over 3 seasons, no matter how good it is, the better it is, the more worried I get.
I know.
Maybe
the budget. Maybe they're keeping the budget in check.
On Amazon Prime, you got a new show called Hunters starring Al Pacino.
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah, I saw that.
What's it about?
It's about
Nazi hunters.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So what did you think of it, Pip?
I liked it. Okay. I liked it a lot. I have to say there are at least 2 major plot twists that happened later in the show that I saw coming.
Did you see the whole entire season?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, great.
But it didn't bother me that I saw them coming, that I got it early because I thought maybe the clues were there. Maybe I picked up early, but it didn't spoil the show for me. I'm wondering how they're going to do the second season because the last couple of shows the last show seemed slightly disjointed. It just felt a little bit like, oh, we're going to bring these characters back and then we're going to film this scene at the table that's going to set up season 2. It was one of those, like they had one of those scenes, but overall it was pretty good. It was gritty. Al Pacino.
How many episodes is season
like
about?
10 or 12. 10. Okay. Not a lot.
Sounds good.
Jerrica Hinton's on there. You guys know Jerrica Hinton?
I do. She used to play on Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, she's somebody that I
Edwards.
knew through my friend Lottie and John hanging out at her house. But she's great on the show. She's actually one of the leads.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I'm a fan of the Hunters.
Okay.
It is interesting.
Okay.
The Witcher is something I finally got to see. It's been out for a while now. It was when it first hit Netflix. It was like all the rage.
Jason watched that,
and people are loving it. And I have mixed reviews on it. I'm only a few episodes in. I'm not, I haven't finished it. I'm like 3 episodes in, and just already I feel it's kind of uneven. The first episode was extremely hard for me to get through. The second episode was really good, and the third episode I feel is mediocre. So it's kind of all over the place.